We're going to be going inside of Clary's Corner Cafe and getting some hands-on cooking recipes, and then the P Gang and I are going to sit down and try a few of their dishes here at Clary's Corner Cafe. Hi everybody, Lyfe Choices here at Clary's Corner Cafe in Lake Worth. We have the owner with us today, Victoria, and we have Chef Lou over there cooking on the flat top right now. We are going to learn how to do a crab cake, and then we're going to transform that crab cake into
a classic Crabcake Benedict.
Alright, sounds wonderful. Let's get started. What are we starting off with here?
We're going to start with making a crab cake. This is a Maryland style crab cake. It keeps it simple. There's no onions or peppers. They want you to make sure you taste the real crab. This is 3 pounds of lump that we are putting in. I'm going to mix all the dry into the crab first. I've made it convenient and put all our seasonings.
Oh, wonderful.
So this is mostly garlic powder, Old Bay, a little bit of parsley. There's a little bit of panko, a little black pepper. So we want to get that tossed in really nicely with the crab.
So Old Bay seasoning is a very popular ingredient when making recipes with crab meat or lobster or any seafood item. It adds a little bit of a spice. If you put too much in it, it'll be a bit too salty, so you do have to be kind of aware. And Victoria has been making these crab cakes for a very long time, so she knows the exact amount that she needs in her recipe. And then it looks like we have a special ingredient going into this crab cake, which is
1 sleeve of Ritz crackers. It gives it a nice buttery flavor, and it's the very little binder that we use, so you just get crab. You're not getting a bunch of breading.
So she's putting in the Ritz crackers as a binder, and she really wants the crab meat to speak for itself, so she's not adding a lot of different fillers or things that aren't necessary that some restaurants might use. So keep that in mind when trying out this recipe.
So still together, putting all the dry in, and then we go into the wet, which here is, we use 2 eggs per pound. Since I have 3 pounds in here, this is 6 beaten eggs.
Eggs being another binding ingredient.
And then I wait to the end for that to see how much moisture I need. And a couple dashes per pound of Worcestershire. We like,
Worcestershire. No one ever knows how to say it properly unless you're actually in England, and then they'll teach you how to say it properly. But another wonderful ingredient that does add a lot of nice flavor and a little bit of a spice background as well.
Or if you're in the country and they say, "Where's your sister?" That works too.
So as we can see right now, we're binding everything together. You have lots of wonderful looking lump crab meat here, and it already smells absolutely wonderful.
Now after the dry's done, I kind of go right into the spatula with just mayonnaise. Just to start off little, see how much you might need. If you just want it to stick together.
And if you come in a little closer, if you come in a little closer here, you can actually see how everything is starting to come together. Nothing's like falling away from each other. It's almost molding itself right now with the ingredients that Victoria has used so far.
And you want to gently do this because you don't really want to break up the crab, you know. You want people to get lumps of it in there.
I'm already debating whether or not I just put a spoon in there and just start eating it because it looks so good.
Okay, now I'm going to patty them out. I'm going to hand it over to her to finish it off.
Alright, so we're on to the next step here. We're going to actually mold the crab cakes by hand, and then we're going to switch over to Lou and start cooking them up.
I'm going to scoop out some crab.
And how many ounces are you trying to make each crab cake here?
4 ounces for the Crabcake Benedict.
4 ounces. nice big crab cakes.
And then we just kind of get them the size of the English muffin that they will be on. Okay. And I gotta say, they do vary depending on the price of crab. Sometimes how we have to do things, but we don't put filler into there, Justin.
That's a little insight to the restaurant industry. You always have to be aware of your overhead and your prices of different ingredients. So if the prices in crab meat goes up one week, then the size of the crab cake might go down a little bit. But nonetheless, the flavor is still going to be the exact same. Wonderful and tasty.
Exactly. So, and then before you really throw them on the grill, you would chill them out a little bit. So, you know, they just will stay together better.
Everyone, so right now what we're doing is Victoria has put the crab cakes into the fridge for a few moments because she's explained to us that it's important to let the crab cakes chill a little bit so that when we pass it over to Lou and she starts cooking it on the flat top, it doesn't fall apart. We kind of want the crab cake to stay together for presentation when it goes onto the English muffin. So this is a really important step when making the Crabcake Eggs Benedict, so keep that in mind when you try to make this recipe at home for your brunch guests.
They'll get ready to go into become Crabcake Benedict. Pass that off to you. Put a little butter down.
You want a nice crisp on each side of the crab cake. Nice golden brown.
So Lou has a wonderful flat top here, which is piping hot. And as you saw, she put some oil down to not just help with making it golden brown, but it's also going to lubricate the actual flat top so that when she goes to actually like flip it up and over, it comes off nice and easy.
I'm gonna butter my English muffin. We like to grill them because it gets a gorgeous golden brown color, and it also brings out the taste of the English muffin.
I have water here, and I add apple cider vinegar,
And I'm making a nice well for my poached egg. Once I drop it in, it'll swirl, make it a nice little poached egg. The vinegar helps do that. I'm going to cover it to speed up my process. With a nice golden color on your English muffin.
Golden brown deliciousness happening over here.
With butter. Everything's better with butter.
Everything's better with butter. Did you hear that, everyone?
And that's what you want. You want a nice golden brown.
So do you see that? We have a nice golden brown here. All the binding ingredients that
All
we
the
used
fat.
in here kept the crab cake together along with chilling it in the fridge for a moment. And when Lou flipped it over, it all stayed together in one wonderful little disc.
2 weeks ago, did you have it 2 weeks ago? No. Okay, well, I did it and it sold out crazy. And then I took a break and did
That's our poached egg.
Yo.
Top of the saucy
That's the good stuff right there. Eggs Benedict. You're gonna have the lovely flavor of the crab meat with a bit of the background spices, and then you have perfectly poached eggs with hollandaise sauce. I don't know about you, but I'm definitely ready to give this a try.
on YouTube. I get tell them Lyfe Choices.
Life Choices. Right here, I'll give you a card. I'll give you a card. Okay, so the part we've all been waiting for. We had the lovely crab cake recipe made and molded by Victoria, and then we handed off to Lou, who cooked everything up for us. And this is probably my favorite part of any time at the restaurants, is actually getting to eat the food. So here we go. We're going to cut into the Eggs Benedict. And I'm not going to do this all neat and tidy because that's not how we eat. I'm going to be a little bit of a pig and try to get all of this one bite.
No.
Oh my God, can we get all
Hold
the
on.
real quick right now?
I got you. We could have given you a bit.
Good?
Wonderful. As I'm a complete mess here because, you know, we're just cooking food here. We're not saving lives, right? So we can enjoy it. The wonderful flavor of the crab meat comes out because we used a lot of really good
lump crab meat, you get a lot of that nice, wonderful spice flavor that's been added into the crab meat from the Worcestershire.
Who's your sister?
There you go. And then a little sprinkling of cayenne on top of the hollandaise sauce. The eggs are wonderful. The English muffin is wonderful. I could literally just stand here and eat this whole thing and not share with anybody. All right, so here we are at Clary's Corner Cafe. We have two of the members of the P gang here. We have Shelby and Brooks, and we've ordered a couple of dishes here from Victoria, and we are about to eat some delicious food.
The Crabcake Eggs Benedict was amazing, and now we're gonna try some new stuff.
So I'm going to start you off with the Grandma Lightus sticky bun French toast. And this is our version of cornbread. Well, it's cornbread, French toast, and chicken. We call it our chicken and waffles. That is a spicy maple sauce to go with the chicken, and that's a maple glaze that's already on top of your French toast. Holy crap. I've got more coming.
Thank
Right
you.
back.
My mouth is literally watering already.
And here's our hash brown casserole. And our South Your Mouth skillet with rye toast and 2 over easy eggs on top.
Tell us a little bit more about this one.
Okay, so this is a southern recipe to make a ham. It's where you boil a whole ham for a couple of hours and then you shred it like pulled pork. You toss it around with brown sugar and mustard and you bake it. So it's sweet and tangy. We have the home fries on the bottom, the South Your Mouth ham, and then a choice of cheese, which we put Swiss on here because we think it tastes good with that ham. And top it off with 2 eggs over easy.
This is awesome. This is like sweet.
Amazing.
Eggy,
A little salty. The like this is the sugar is so like crunchy.
Absolutely. But yeah, the bread itself is just like the way French toast should be. So we have Clary's Corner Cafe spin on chicken and waffles. We have some lovely golden brown breaded and fried chicken, and then instead of waffles, we have the cornbread, which also looks absolutely wonderful with a little bit of maple syrup.
This is what that girl told us to get earlier. The one that was in here.
And then there's a spicy sauce here, so I'm gonna give the chicken a bit of a
On the jelly jar,
Let me get it in there. Woo! Oh, this cornbread is off the chain. It is wonderful. Yes. Normally, sometimes you get cornbread that's a bit dry, and you're kind of like,
Yes, that's the word.
Like it needs to be in a soup.
okay, this is a dish you have to try. This is so good. All 3 of these dishes are 100% amazing. I would suggest coming here with a group of people, getting 3 or 4 different dishes, and just sharing it, because one dish would fill you up completely and you would miss out on trying so many other amazing recipes here at Clary's Corner Cafe.
Delicious.
Oh my lord. That just like oozed out of there wonderfully.
Very good.
So everyone, we just tried 4 or 5 dishes today here at Clary's Corner Cafe. This has been an absolutely wonderful experience. Victoria and Lou have been phenomenal. We're going to get Victoria back over here in a second to let us know all the different options on how you can either come in or get some of her wonderful food brought to you if you are in the local Lake Worth, West Palm area. If you don't come to Clary's Cafe, try this food, you are missing out on one of the best breakfast joints possible.
So there are other options than dining in. We are partnered with DoorDash, Delivery Dudes, Grubhub, Postmates, and Uber Eats. So we have 5 delivery services, and of course you can call and pick it up yourself. Sundays are our busiest day. People love breakfast in bed, and we're happy to supply that. Or if you want to, come and visit the quirky location we're located in, and our little red door on the side of a big 11-story building. So we hope you'll seek us out.
And of course, don't worry, because the address will be at the below part of the video. So we're more than happy to see you guys here when you come in for brunch.
And even though you might not think you found it, you probably found it.